Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Yeah. Whoa.
Biatch.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
I hope you were recording. I'm dead. Were you recording?
Trying to make it organic.
That's what I do. I'm a producer. I ask if you're recording. You're recording. So did you get Felicia going biatch? Okay. Hi, Fel.
Hi, Marn. I don't know. As much as I like coming here in the morning, for some reason, I'm tired. I can't come at night. I'm tired. Like, what do we think?
Mom,
2 in the afternoon is a good time.
Okay, so next week we're going to do 2 in the afternoon.
I don't even make doctor's appointments anymore in the morning.
Really? So you're tired in the morning. And for the folks listening, it's 11:10 in the morning. It's not 8 a.m.
It's not 8 a.m.
I'm tired too.
I'm tired. But ask me why I'm tired.
Why you were up all night?
I'm
watching
my Korean shows. It doesn't matter what it is.
You're up all night.
Yes.
I'm tired. I went out last night in the city.
Oh, right.
It was great. A little production drinks/camp drinks because one of the people I was having drinks with was somebody that went to Camp Akiba. So Felicia, you did say to me, "Are you cold?"
Well, because you're hot, but you're wearing your Snuggie.
I'm wearing like a Snugs. So
Right.
do you want to know why I've got a chill in my body right now?
Why?
Today I did my 3rd cold plunge of the week.
What do you mean cold? You're doing a cold plunge?
Casey and I are now doing cold plunges.
Where?
So before we purchase one for Felicia's face, I wish you could see Felicia's face.
You're going to purchase?
So there's cold plunges you could buy, like barrels you could put outside, you could put it on the deck, and you go in it. It's for a cold plunge. But we instead, Casey bought bags of ice.
Right.
Like an enormous, huge, basically like a Ziploc bag. You fill it with water, and it's a huge bag of a block of ice. We run the tub before we work out. So we get the temperature to between 50 and 60 degrees. And the goal is to sit in the cold bath for at least 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And
okay. It's such a cockamamie thing that you're doing. Cockamamie. That's like an old word.
It's like a little bit of like a homeopathic way to feel good. So it releases dopamine, and it's supposed to be great. So we did it the past 2 days after hot yoga, and it feels something about it. It makes me feel great. It makes me not tired. But today I did it without doing hot yoga, doing my normal bar class, and I am still cold from it today. I don't know why I
Leaves
still
a
have
chill
a chill
in your bones.
But then we hop into the hot shower after. So if anyone's into it, let me know, because we were thinking about maybe purchasing one, like a Costco one. Look at Felicia, the face you are making.
Why would you then have it outside?
Yes, Casey, you got to chime in here. Please help me out here.
It's such a waste of money and such a waste of time.
What? Not a waste of time.
It's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, but you gotta keep it clean.
Well, that's why I think maybe we should just stick with the bathtub for now.
I mean, do you
and
really
we have
wanna...
a very large bathtub, so it's nice.
Yeah,
it's very good for inflammation, Mom, and I am the queen of inflammation.
I wonder if
She's
that's
constantly
really true.
inflamed.
Is that like a true fact?
Yeah, I'll send you all the deets. I'll send you all the
It's okay if
the
you say
medical terms.
you don't have
It's
to.
really popular this month, Felicia.
Popular.
It's been popular for a while.
And it's probably very popular in California.
It's
because they do all
Jesus.
the weird shit. But okay.
So anyway,
I guess it's the same as a cryo chamber. Or
I
not
love
the same.
cryotherapy. I've done cryotherapy. Cryo is so expensive.
Well, that's why I
so
said
expensive. This is not as expensive. So for now, we're doing it in the bathtub. If any of you have a cold plunge at your home, in your backyard, let us know. We have a friend who does have one currently. He loves it. He goes in like 5 days a week, he told us. And I think I'm going to hop over there to test his.
Who?
Do you know? You don't know
Okay.
who Brian Schwartz is, but his wife may listen to this podcast. Ew. You don't know everybody, Mom.
Okay.
Anyway, so big week. Obviously, elephant in the room. How can we not mention the election is over? We're not going to talk politics, Mom. But I am so happy to say I'm happy it's over. I'm happy it only took under 24 hours to find out who the next presidente is. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, and I agree.
Okay, Val.
Leave it at that.
So, what's going on this weekend? What's going on in the View? In the plain View? You like that, the View? What's going on at the plain View?
Nothing that I know of, but I went out. David and Ellen took me out to dinner last night at Mateo's.
Oh.
Because we have a really nice Mateo's on Jericho Turnpike.
Was there a Mateo's in Hewlett?
Yeah.
Because I've been to that one.
But
with one of my camp friends.
Her
family
really,
used to take
really
me.
nice. Anyway, it was very nice.
What
And
was
then
the occasion?
Because when they go away, I get their mail, which is like the silly.
Oh,
I mean,
that's so. But you're not watering their plants because you told them that you would kill their plant.
Unless he gives. They're going away. They're going to Turks and Caicos beaches with their families.
Oh, Ellen going to beaches,
Right? Turks and Caicos. And
do they have a butler? Do they have a big house?
I don't know if they got a. I don't think they got a butler.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know.
Anyway, so you had a very nice meal. Thank you, Ellen, for feeding my mother. What did you eat? Did you have a chicken parm?
No, actually,
veal parm
just
and eggplant.
Shrimp with string beans, burnt string beans.
Burnt string beans, like burnt broccoli, but the burnt string bean.
Right.
You hear
right.
that, Casey? That's
very
probably delicious.
It was kind of healthy,
Kind of healthy.
Well, because
actually
it's not floating.
Burnt broccoli, I think is soaked in like butter. Right, Casey?
I don't know.
Burnt foods are so hot this month.
Is that all you're going to say?
Is that like the same as the cold plunge?
Yeah. I don't. That's
right.
I love burnt broccoli.
And
I love burnt cauliflower, but I think they soak it in butter. Like Mother Kelly's soaks it in butter.
I didn't get any kind of buttery taste, but what do I know? I didn't finish the whole thing anyway. I finished the shrimp, but I didn't finish
Anything going on for Veterans Day at the clubhouse?
They're showing a movie.
Oh, what are they
this afternoon,
showing?
Whiplash.
Great movie. If you haven't
Saw
seen it,
Well, I've seen it.
when did you see it in my house? When did you see it?
I don't remember.
With
Maybe
Miles Teller.
Yes.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Are you going to go see it again?
No, it was.
No.
But Sunday they're also showing To Catch a Thief, which is an oldie, which is with Cary Grant.
I don't know To Catch a Thief.
It's an old one, but it's so good. And Doris Day.
Are you going to go see that?
Why
aren't you going to do Whiplash?
Because it's it's kind of disturbing movie. If I remember correctly, his hands were bleeding from all the drum playing and everything.
Casey does that to Lennon. When he plays
No, he
drum.
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I love
Do
that.
it again! Do it again!
And you stand over him. Speaking of that, Casey, so when Ellen and I came home last night, and David,
I'm sorry.
for some reason we went up to my floor is the first floor. She lives on the second floor, and the two Asian girls, the one opposite me, and the one. They were like schmoozing. They're so beautiful. They're so nice. Where was I going with this? I don't know. And Ellen,
You have to finish.
Somehow it's something you want me to know about.
You have to finish the story because you have to finish.
Yeah. I that's why I looked at him.
Piano playing. I know where it's going.
Wait, so that's right. Their little girl, who I didn't know was a little girl. I actually thought it was the mother. And all day she is playing, and she's terrific. I mean,
Of
I've
course.
never. And when I found that she's the same age as Lennon, give or take a few months.
Oh boy.
I went. So I said, is she preparing for Nisma? She goes, well, it's a little more than that. She's preparing for Juilliard.
Wait, what? She's 8.
Yeah.
She's preparing for Juilliard.
Well, she goes into the city once
can't,
a week,
Casey.
and then this mother. I don't know if she has a husband or if he's whatever. She doesn't listen, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, you don't know if this woman who lives across the hall from you has a husband?
I've never. Well, she has 2 children. I'm assuming. I don't know. She drives into Williamsburg
God.
every morning, 5 days a week, for yoga.
Wait, what?
She drives
Wait,
from
what?
Plainview to Williamsburg
You better
5
ask
days
her
a week.
what the yoga is in Williamsburg that she can't literally go to any yoga in Long Island.
Our mouths were open
Wait,
every
what?
day, back and forth
For yoga.
for yoga.
But did you tell her that your son is certified?
Yes, I certainly did.
Did you ask her if she's doing heated
No,
yoga?
because that's the one
I
that
really need you to find
I
out
see her again.
why she can't. There's yoga in your community, not in
she's
your community,
in the
shopping center.
and she didn't like it.
So I'm dying to know what yoga she's doing that she's driving to Williamsburg for.
Right.
Casey, this is not where you thought. I thought you were going to say she drives the kid every day to do.
No. She does that on
How many
Saturday.
hours a day do you think this kid is practicing?
Until 10 o'clock at night. Because I said to her, she comes home, I guess whatever work she has done, her homework or whatever, because she's 9. And she just sits at and I hear her every single.
Are you going to tell? You have to tell Lennon this.
No, because
Well-
my approach to London's music education from the beginning is he's not going to be a professional
Right.
musician.
This kid, I think, really.
I want
will
him
be.
to grow up loving music.
Right.
And at no point do I want him resenting practice. I would rather get a quality 20 minutes out of him than like a forced hour and a
No,
half.
I don't think this kid is being forced.
I want him to like have like the groundwork laid so when he gets to college and he wants to like start a band with some
Right.
friends, he
He
will
can
have
do
a
it.
jump
Right.
start. I just want him to have a joy and a love of it. And I don't think
get
that
it.
comes from like
I get it.
hours and hours and hours
I
of
don't
practice.
know.
You could be a
Ellen's-
quality musician.
I know.
but-
I want to talk to this woman about yoga
Ellen said,
and piano.
I said, we're going to set up chairs in the hall because I don't hear anything in my apartment. I only hear when I'm in the hallway.
So you said you and Ellen want to set up chairs to listen to?
No, we said to, I said, the kid is so good that we were just going to set up chairs. I really thought the mother was playing. I mean, I thought the mother was, like doing, or the older daughter.
So she goes to do what? A Juilliard? Where does this Juilliard come in?
She takes the kid for 2 hours. She gets lessons or whatever at Juilliard in the city.
Wow. And
Obviously.
Williamsburg yoga. I mean, clearly this woman's.
What's she doing in Plainview?
It's a great question.
But
Why
first,
on
I
earth
don't
is she
know,
in
you know,
Plainview?
I guess there's a very big Asian community, and school system is really good. And we didn't get any further. We were dying to ask. Me and Ellen, I mean.
I am shocked you hadn't. This is where I get my questioning from.
So we said, I said to the girls, one on this corner and one, I said, did you girls know each other before you moved here? Because they look like sisters.
Mom.
What?
Mom. Casey, what
They're
are we
both
doing here?
Chinese.
Mom.
What?
That is so.
No, well, they could have known each other. Why not?
It's
They
like
kids
asking-
are the same
I thought all Chinese people know each other.
right. And no, and I said, but you.
That's
you
like
know,
assuming two
and
Jews know each other, that they're sisters.
And they usually do. Anyway, no, they did not. They're friends now.
All
which
right,
is
listen.
great.
The next time I'm coming to Plainview, I hope this. Does she work? Is this mother home?
I think she's
I'm gonna.
home.
You better make plans.
Sounds like between yoga and her kids' piano career, that is her
That's
job.
it. Right.
I really
Right.
want you to make plans, make dinner, and I need to do Marni with her.
Okay.
Okay. We need to move on.
Right.
That was a
Yeah,
lot.
that was a lot. Right.
That was. I'm really happy you told us that story. All right, let's go into news. Netflix announced the 5th and final season of Stranger Things.
Yes,
will
I
premiere
heard that. Yes,
in 2025.
Right.
But I forget. Did you do Stranger
Yes,
Things?
I did.
That's a very you show. Like you
Yeah,
like
I know,
sci-fi,
that's it. Yeah,
right?
yeah, I
and
did.
I think it's on Broadway now. Stranger Things. Like it's coming to Broadway.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
High Potential. Was High Potential on this week? I don't think it was.
I did not.
I went to Hulu. I don't see a new episode.
It's so funny that Hulu is also carrying their French version, the French version of High Potential.
Wait, what? There's a French version?
That's where they adapted it from.
I didn't know this fell with the T.
When because
Wait, what?
Yeah, when you kind of do a lot of scrolling, you go, oh, yeah, on Hulu that is. You see that. I
Well,
go, well, that
it's
girl doesn't look the
ABC's
same.
most watched new series in 6 years. Isn't that wild?
Interesting,
Averaging
yes.
10.4 million viewers
Okay, because it's
through its
it's a
first
little
5
different.
weeks.
It's a
I
little
love it.
different.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy for her, Caitlin
Right.
Olsen. Wait, so there's a French. Did you try the French version?
No.
Interesting. Wow. Tom Cruise is in early discussions with Paramount for a potential sequel to Days of Thunder.
Jesus
Now,
Christ.
I hate to say, I don't think I saw Days of Thunder.
Remind me which one that was. Is that
It was like the race car.
the race car thing?
NASCAR
okay.
film.
Isn't that where he met Nicole? Or they filmed together?
Wow.
Not sure.
I don't know. But you don't remember seeing, like, do you remember Days of Thunder? I don't remember Days of Thunder.
Not 100%. I remember a little bit of it.
This movie, all-star cast, ready? Adam Driver, Jeremy Strong. You know who Jeremy Strong is from Succession?
Yes, I know who it is.
And Anne Hathaway
okay.
are going to do a movie called Paper Tiger. It's about two brothers pursuing the American dream to become entangled in a scheme that turns out to be too good to be true.
Usually is.
About corruption and violence, brutally terrorized by the Russian mafia.
Mobster,
I'm
right.
in. I think that's a great cast. I'm a fan of Jeremy Strong, although I heard he's tough to work with, I think. Did you hear about David Harbour and Jason Bateman new show that's going to be on HBO? David Harbour is from Stranger Things.
Oh, he plays the cop.
Yes.
Yes.
Is he alive now in Stranger Things, or did he die? I don't
Because
remember.
he was in Russia. He got
Oh, yeah,
kind of moved.
yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't remember what happened.
definitely
But he's
need-
not dead.
I'll definitely need like a previously
Yeah.
on.
What are they doing?
DTF St. Louis. Do you know what DTF stands for, Mom?
Wait. No, what is DTF?
Think about what it means. DTF.
I don't.
It's a great trivia game.
No, but tell me.
Down. I'm going to say the word down.
Down the.
Two.
Down. What? Huh?
Down.
Yeah.
Two. What? F.
Well, it could be fuck.
It is.
Down to fuck.
Down for fuck St. Louis.
Okay.
A darkly comedy. Yeah, follows a love triangle between three adults experiencing middle-aged malaise, ending in one of the
malaise.
Malaise. Shit.
I didn't even read the word.
fix
And I
it in
know
post.
it's malaise.
Please do. Please do. I don't want to sound as stupid as I feel right now. And somebody ends up dead.
Right up your alley.
I love the
Are you considered in your middle age now, both of you?
I can't. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. 40s, middle-aged. I'm not
Well, if you
45
live to,
yet.
if you live to 80, they make 40 middle age.
Yeah, I guess. Did you watch Outer Banks? We talked about Virgin River.
I watched Outer Banks when it first started, and as you know, after too many seasons, I start getting bored.
So that's going to get another season, but fifth and final season.
Okay.
And this is for the kids out there. Amazon MGM Studios has secured the animated film Bob the Builder, but the only reason why I noted this down is because it's produced by Jennifer Lopez.
Is she going to be in it also?
I don't think so. Starring Anthony Ramos, who is in Hamilton and in The Heights.
Right.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. You said animated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, let's put her
voice.
name on anything.
Absolutely. She needs the money desperately.
All right, Fel, it's time. Bye,
Hi.
Felicia. I'm just kidding. It's uncircumcised jump. Mom, were you going to fall for that?
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut.
I don't know where to begin, but I'm going to start with this. I got wind this week that you went back to the Billy Crystal show. Somebody
Yes.
told me that.
Yes.
You did. You told me this. Why? Tell
Because
us
I
why.
can't believe something could be that bad. And I'm just waiting for it to see what happens.
So tell us what
I
happened.
did not see
What did you
today's
do?
show.
So you watched another episode?
Yeah, and like I said, because it's only a half hour, they only drop one show, I think, a week. It's tolerable. And I watched it and I went, shit, I still hate it.
So you're telling me you're about to watch it. You're going to do the third now?
I don't third or the fourth. I don't remember.
Whatever it is, but you're going to watch another episode?
I'll see. I'll
Really?
see. I'm waiting for it to get better. Or I just like to what?
Message me
I mean,
if
I used to-
anknow watching this show.
Yeah,
I don't know
because
anybody watching this show.
I don't either.
Felicia walked in today to the house, and I was watching what I didn't realize, and now I know, is the last episode of Disclaimer. So, Felicia, you were basically pulling a Felicia because you stopped watching it.
Right. So I just
and-
watched the last episode.
which we didn't finish. But what I saw, I was very upset by. It was a shocking twist for me. I don't want to spoil it. It just dropped. I know a few people watching it. It's just not the story I thought was going to happen. Basically, in Disclaimer, the whole narration is the mother who lost her son thinks happened 20 years
Based
ago.
upon pictures
Based upon photos.
that she found.
And now we're finally hearing what really happened from Kate Blanchett to Kevin Kline. She's fucking great in this.
She is.
So is he. Kevin
Yeah,
Kline's
yeah,
great.
he is.
So I'm honestly, Mom, I'm really looking forward to finishing that episode. Will you now watch the rest of that episode?
Probably want to go home.
Right? Like pull the
Yeah.
Felicia and just you got to know what happens.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Did you do your homework?
That one show you gave me?
It was a movie, Mom.
Yes, it was a movie.
My Old Ass.
Yes.
With Aubrey Plaza.
Yes.
On Amazon. You didn't what?
I didn't recognize anybody else. The
okay.
kid looked familiar.
Maisey Stella, her name is.
Not the girl, the guy, the kid that Chad.
Chad.
He looked, and I kept thinking, where's he from? Where have I seen him?
Interesting.
He's not like this gorgeous hunk.
So, what did you think about the movie, Mom? Without spoiling it, kind of.
As I'm watching it, I'm going, I can't believe, just like, And then maybe 3/4 of the way through, I was like, okay, I'll not much left. I'll finish it.
It was only an hour and a half.
It was quick.
It's
it was
an hour
quick.
and a half.
True.
And the main girl in it, besides Aubrey Plaza,
That was filmed in Canada, right?
I didn't.
That
I don't
had
know.
to be Canada.
Probably.
Well, they were going to the University of Toronto.
This kid that plays Chad is not in anything that I know. The Gifted, Between, Cast No Shadows, Age of Summer. I don't know anything.
Okay.
But basically,
It's a coming of age.
well, okay. So the main girl in it, besides Aubrey, is
Sort of.
Maisey Stella.
Right.
The girl.
Yes.
Was in Nashville, the show Nashville, her and her sister.
Oh, they must have been young.
They were very young.
Right.
And I always remembered them very well because her sister's name is Lennon. And I remember when we were living in Brooklyn, I loved the idea of the name Lennon for
a girl. Right.
And I think that's when I was like, oh, I like this name. So they're just a musical family. I was, of course, they gave her that little, basically it's about, she trips on mushrooms. I've never tripped that hard where I'm seeing an older version of myself. I just want to say this. So she's tripping on mushrooms and she meets an older version of herself. I like that story plot. I think that's interesting.
That was interesting.
What would the older version of yourself tell you? Or Felicia, if you saw a younger Felicia, what would you tell her? What would you tell her?
Don't get married so young.
Are you really? You would tell her that?
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like to hear that because you married my dad. So like that's weird.
I know, but it's just like I married. I was young, Marni.
I would look back and say, Marni, like don't be insecure. Oh, don't worry about what people say.
Also would have.
I would have done that. I
wouldn't
have been like,
Oh, I'm also sorry that I wasn't a teacher.
That's
yeah.
Wow, that's
Right.
a big regret you've had.
Right.
So you look back and go, be a teacher. So
Yes.
I think it's
or make sure you have a career. And I mean,
a pension. Yeah.
a pension. It's all about the pension
Yeah, yeah.
and medical and health insurance.
Maybe I would tell my younger self the same thing. Be a teacher. Although I don't like children.
That's I don't like children
Yeah,
either.
but you were a nursery
I
school
know,
teacher.
but they weren't mine. It was really nice, which would have been fine for teaching. Anyway.
I think I would have been fine out of nursery school. I think the toddler stage is tough. I think
It
you
is
mean
tough.
like a 5th grade.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But Aubrey
Would you
Plaza's
recommend?
adorable.
So would you recommend this movie?
Okay, so I want to tell you, I did fall asleep in the middle, but I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
But it's good, like throw it on, like just a toss. I think that the idea is cute, and it's a sweet story.
It is a sweet story.
Sweet story,
It's a sweet story.
and I didn't predict what was going to happen. Did you?
She's
basically telling her, Aubrey Plaza is telling her like, don't do this, like stay away from this guy, stay away from this guy.
But she doesn't
why?
tell
Why
her
should
why.
I stay away from?
Right.
Why should I stay
and
away
of course,
from this guy?
she's you can't. In other words, she could not change.
Right, destiny's destiny.
Yeah.
So I liked it. Was cute.
It was cute.
Yeah,
It was
I would
cute.
recommend it.
Right.
I took my butt to the movies this week.
Oh, you did, that's right. You won't talk to me anymore on the phone because you don't want to tell me what you've done this week.
Save it for the
Because
pod.
she keeps saying "save it for the pod," which is really annoying for me.
I'm so sorry.
What did you say?
Should we give up the podcast? Felicia just goes probably.
I was hoping that. Yeah. Anyway,
Maybe in 2025 we'll move on. I don't know. You got to guys hit up Felicia and tell her that we still want to do this. All right. So I saw. Highly, highly, highly recommend this movie. I think it's going to be nominated for an Oscar. Anora. Okay. Have you maybe?
No, I
may
know
have not
nothing
seen
about
previews.
it.
Okay. This movie is written and directed by Sean Baker. You wouldn't know this person.
Okay.
But it stars Mikey Madison, who was in one of my favorite series, Better Things, with Pamela Adlon. She played her daughter.
Oh, okay.
This movie, Mikey Madison, young girl. This is like I'm going to call this maybe like a breakout role for her. She plays a young sex worker from Brooklyn. So it's all, by the way, all filmed in New York, lots of queens. And she meets and impulsively marries a very young Russian kid, like who she meets in the strip club. And when the news, he's loaded. When news hits Russia and when his family gets wind,
They all come over and try to.
it is like
drag him back.
chaos. Structurally, the script was perfect, meaning there was an act 1, an act 2, and an act 3. And it was very clear. And I just thought it was so well done. The acting was awesome. She was amazing. It's Pretty Woman meets Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Did you ever end up seeing Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler?
No, but I know-
about like the jewelry business.
Yeah.
That was like chaotic
Right,
New York
right,
City.
right.
A Pretty Woman, which is actually Dan Brown was like, it's a modern day Pretty Woman. I loved it. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this movie. If you could see in the theaters, go. It was playing locally. I'm sure I'll get a screener of it.
I'm sure it's going to go on streaming services in the next few months.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But I loved it. So my
And it's
movie
called-
of the
called-
week,
wait.
Anora.
Anora.
Which is her name in the film is Anora, but she goes by Annie. I don't think she loves her name Anora. She was fucking great in this movie. She's gonna catapult now. She's gonna get a lot of roles. This movie was. I laughed a little. I cringed a little. It was great. It was just so well done. Highly, highly recommend. Did you see any other movies this week?
No, that was about it.
Mom,
There's nothing. A lot of Hallmark apparently on Netflix.
are you watching that
No.
shit?
No.
There's a lot of holiday movies that are
And they're all
like.
Hall-
what do you mean they're Hallmark?
Because it says on the top Hallmark. So
It does.
It
Netflix
does.
is playing Hallmark movies.
I'm assuming that Netflix my assumption, and I don't know, bought a lot of Hallmark, made for Hallmark, and they're making it now maybe for Netflix. I don't know if they're showing it on Hallmark or they're showing it on Netflix because there was a lot of money involved.
Like I'll watch the Lindsay Lohan, the Chad Michael Murray. Like they're dropping a lot of holiday movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Are you into that stuff? Because I know I have a friend, I'm not going to say her name, who loves Hallmark movies. Are you into?
Karen loves Hallmark movies.
What doesn't Karen love?
Yeah, Karen wanted me to tell you, I was on the phone with her this morning. She goes, make sure to tell Marni that she watched the Zodiac Killers.
Zodiac speaking. Good for you, Karen. I'm proud of you. Does Karen do Korean content?
No.
Good for you, Karen.
She did watch one show, which she loved, but she can't really,
Is Karen watching The Diplomat?
Yes.
So
and Karen's done with The Diplomat. Everybody I speak to, I go,
I'm
you're
so
looking
proud
for
of
something
you
to
for
watch.
pushing that. So
I'm pushing The Diplomat.
The minute we stopped recording last week, I binged season 1. I'm halfway through season 2. And what I want to say is very good show, very enjoyable. Kerry Russell's character, I love that she's like, I don't do dresses. I love that part about her. She's like, put me in the slacks. Like, I love
Or
that.
makeup for that matter.
Or makeup. I think her husband's so cute, so hot.
Rufus Sewell.
I love him. The woman who plays Margaret Rowland, that old woman who's
Yes.
she played Pamela Adlon's mother in Better Things. Better Things is having a real resurgence for me this week.
Okay.
You never did Better Things.
Not really.
I highly recommend Better Things. I love that season 2 is literally a continuation of season 1. It wasn't
Right.
like we're going to throw a new storyline here. I love that it's not a whole new terror attack. I love that it's the same players. She's a little bit of a gossip. What do you think? Like the minute she finds out something, she's running, closing doors, and telling somebody the tea. Do you notice that?
Yeah. Well, she's anything that's important.
Yeah.
And
is she a bitch? I can't decide. I love this character, but is she a bitch?
I don't know. You have to have a bitch side
To do what
her.
she does.
Yeah.
Now I have it. You spoiled it last week saying Allison Janney comes on.
Allison Janney.
So
Right.
I am not there yet.
Oh, you're not there yet.
No.
Okay.
So it's funny. I don't know anybody watching The Diplomat besides you and your friends. But
Lauren's
clearly,
not watching it? Lauren didn't want to watch it?
my neighbor Lauren?
Yeah.
I don't know if my neighbor Lauren's watching it. Lauren, are you watching The Diplomat?
Because I know, Lauren likes good stuff too.
Who doesn't like
Well,
good stuff?
but yeah.
Everybody likes good stuff. I mean, clearly tons of people are watching it, Mom, because it's like number 1 on Netflix. But I know that you don't go by the ratings.
I'm sure they can tell now.
I'm sure it'll get picked up for another season. I'm going to finish this today. For
You should.
sure. I got 3 episodes left. I might be halfway through episode 3. It's funny. I was watching it on the train last night on the way to the city, and I had to move my seat on the LIR.
Because the guy next to you was watching it with you?
No, Mom. That's funny that you thought that. Because there was those big seats with like 4 people?
Yeah, right.
I'm going to say a group of people, maybe they were in their 30s, talking about the outcome of the election. And these are smart people. So I found myself distracted because I was trying to listen to what they said.
Right.
So I was like, they're too distracting. They're too distracting. And I got up. I moved my seat to focus on The Diplomat. So no, it's great. I love it. That's definitely the suggestion of the week is The Diplomat, for sure.
Which is the continuation of my discussion last week.
It is. It is a continuation.
Right.
Now, Casey and I have been devoted to the Ryan Murphy scripted version of the Aaron Hernandez show, which I don't think we've spoken about here, but there's one more episode left and we are really enjoying this. We kind of wish it was a binge versus it's coming out weekly. Mm-hmm. And when it comes out weekly, I don't know, Casey, what is it? I just want to watch
TV
it.
used to. I know. We got spoiled.
And what's crazy is this is not a story that we don't know, but I don't remember. I'm staying away from the internet. I knew he shot somebody, and we know he's not alive. Did he kill himself? Did he get murdered in jail? We don't know. So I think Ryan Murphy did a very good job with this. Casey?
I'm enjoying it from an entertainment.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm watching Ryan Murphy, whether it's the Menendez or it's this, I'm always like, how much of this is true and how much of this is like
made
embellished?
Up. Yeah.
Not even made up. I don't think he makes things up, but like I think he like leans on certain hearsay things or things that maybe weren't as big of the story, but it's, it makes it more juicy. So like it is embellished. So I don't know. Like I'm constantly, wondering. I think sometimes I watch this wanting to be informed as if it's a documentary. And I have to remind myself, this is not.
Right. So you don't know what's true and not true.
But I do believe that Aaron Hernandez was a
Well, I don't think. I also just don't think he was a well person. Like, I think it's always like, is he a jerk? Was he crazy? Sometimes it's everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're a drug addict that's crazy and an egomaniac. Sometimes it's not always just one thing. It's a hodgepodge.
But the argument is like through all the head trauma of playing football.
Right.
What has this done to you?
Well, does it have to be either the head trauma or all those other things, or can it be the head traumas accentuated all of the pre-existing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everything has to be an either or, and it's not always the case. It's a combination of things. As far as the binge versus the
weekly,
I would have enjoyed it more as a binge, but I understand.
But it might have taken us 7 weeks to finish it anyway.
I don't know. That's not the point. The point is like I think you're going to probably start seeing a lot less dumping of content like you used to, because these productions are going broke. So why would they dump something out that you're going to finish in a weekend when they can make you
tune in,
savor the flavor?
They may lose people.
But why dump millions of dollars into a production then people aren't going to be talking about in a week?
The thing is this aired on FX. So because it aired on FX, they put it out weekly because it airs on cable, and then it comes out the next day.
Ryan Murphy did the Menendez thing, and didn't that just roll out in one giant
I don't
dump?
know if that went on FX.
It didn't, but my point is, it's the same. It felt like an identical style of production.
Yes, it did.
It's just a matter of who buys it and
how they want to put it out.
No, I think Ryan Murphy must have a deal with Hulu.
For sure.
But by the way, talk about Menendez. Remember how we said they'll be out? Well, Casey actually brought this up this morning. He's like, you have to look into this. The district attorney who said we could do a resentencing
now says
lost his election.
Oh.
There are people who speculate that the reason he chose this time to do this was because he was up for re-election, and it brought him out into the forefront of conversation.
When does he take over when does he have to step down? Sometimes you have a few months, so he can't squeeze this in. I guess not.
I guess it's a matter of, does he want to? Because all politicians will want to make themselves more visible during their election.
Right.
Now it's kind of like, I lost. Who gives a shit? Like, I think that I do think a lot of politicians think. I don't know that about this particular person, but it would be interesting to see if he prioritizes that in his next few months.
Nathan Hochman, a former federal prosecutor who defeated Gascon after a campaign claiming the DA's policies failed to ensure public safety, told CNN he will need time to go over case files before taking a position on the resentencing. It just could cause a whole other layer now.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, especially sad if this really was a political move. And I was saying, when you watch these shows like The Diplomat, when you hear these things and you're like, oh my God, all this shit that goes on behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors and what you don't know about.
What's going on in the White House? Like, oh my God.
That's right. Who knows?
Felicia.
What?
I want to say our motto. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Don't trust anybody.
Mom, it's don't trust anyone.
Whatever.
All right, Mom.
Wow. Oh, I also wanted to give, are we done with this? I just wanted to give a shout out to my cousins in LA, Marilyn and her daughter Lisa.
I love that they're listening.
And they listen. And I got a lovely phone call from them during the week. And my cousin and her mother and my mother were sisters. And my mother and her mother would have been 700 years old now because they were old when they started.
The Altacaccas of Brentwood.
The
best. The
best. My cousin and I can only speak to each other, and we just bring up a lot of old silly memories.
You know what? Grandma would love this podcast.
She would have.
She would have loved it. She loved celebrities. Yes, she loved the gossip.
She loved it. She loved it. She would have loved it.
Oh my God!
Because she worked because of where she worked.
She worked at the Brentwood Country Mart. She saw celebrities all the time.
And it was the funniest thing.
Oh my God! She would have loved this.
She absolutely would have loved it.
Shout out Grandma Irene. Oh my God! I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening, ladies. And tell your friends. Share, love, like, review. All right, Felicia.
Yes.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Marni.
No, Mom, it's what we're watching this week.
Okay.
So, Mom, do you still watch Yellowstone? Because that's
that's
coming back
funny.
this weekend.
I heard. Again, after watching it a few seasons.
You're over it.
I'm over it.
Wow. It really.
Where are they going with this? All you're going to see is Kevin Costner look older and older and older.
What's a show that you stuck with that was season after season?
Lost.
That's a great example. Then you had it. You're not that tired because you had it right on your tip of your tongue.
Were you satisfied with the ending of Lost?
No,
I know it was a controversial.
Nobody was satisfied. It's like being satisfied with
Like the end of The Sopranos.
Right.
Nobody was satisfied.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of want to revisit some of these controversial finales and like see if maybe the finale to Lost has aged better than I remember it.
Wow.
Because
Maybe, who knows?
So many times, like especially with like, you know, The Sopranos and Lost, there's a cultural, like, I don't know, there's like this heightened expectation that in a bar you'll never clear because they were so beloved, right? Besides
Like Sex in the City.
Well, besides 6 Feet Under and
That was the best finale.
Breaking
hands
Bad.
Down. 6 Feet Under is the best series finale of
Well, it's
any
the best
show.
TV show of
And
any.
years ago, MASH had a really good finale.
Look at you.
Right.
You
Fell.
probably would-
MASH
you
did have
didn't
a good
watch.
finale.
Casey watched MASH.
I love MASH.
I love.
What,
I
do you
could still
remember what
watch it
happened in
today.
the
No,
finale?
But how
I-
often do finales live up to
But that one, I believe that one did.
that one?
Wait,
did.
Mom, would you ever do a rewatch of Lost? Because you would do sometimes a rewatch of your Korean shows.
I don't know.
Lost
Maybe.
was a lot. There
Yeah.
was like, and it
How
was a
many
network
seasons?
show, but it wasn't even about the number of seasons. There was like 28 episodes.
How do
a
you know
season.
that?
Because I remember
Did
I
you-
downloaded them on my iPod.
Was this before we dated?
Yeah. This was, I was still, yeah. I just remember like having to download 27 episodes to download an entire
That
season.
is a lot. So Lost was before I knew you?
I mean, I think the finale might have happened when I knew you, but like I remember the earlier.
That the Game of Thrones finale was
Right.
because
Yeah.
people have these heightened expectations
should.
for beloved shows.
You know, I started Game of Thrones in the middle
I can't, Mom.
or towards the end,
she Felicia'd it.
and then I kind of
You went back.
I went back. Yeah.
Because that's a very you show. Now you don't do the spin-off of Game of Thrones that's on Max.
I did it last year.
Were you disappointed with the Game of Thrones finale?
Yeah, I was.
Wait, do you have Max right now or are you logged out?
No, out.
And so you can't watch Naked Attraction. You can't show it to your friends.
Okay, I think I showed it to anybody I would have shown it to. There's nobody new
We
coming
got to
up.
get you back on
Spreading
that.
the word.
We got to get you
I'm
back.
like, I wouldn't go back.
Did
to
you
that.
watch SNL last week with John Mulaney?
I'm not a lover of John.
we
Mulaney.
love Mulaney.
I know. I mean, I watched
I thought
some
that
of it.
episode was one of the best.
Really?
One of the best. I laughed so loud. They did a hilarious shtick with Broadway tunes. It was awesome. So now this weekend, hosting SNL is Bill Burr. And the promo for it was fantastic. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to it. We're a big fan of Bill Burr. Post-election.
I really haven't seen Bill Burr.
You haven't seen his stand-up on Netflix?
No.
I don't know. You think Felicia would like Bill Burr, Casey? Maybe not.
50-50 on
He's
it.
a little bit of a curmudgeon, right? Like complaining
Yeah, his
about.
shtick is a little like.
you know,
But you love curmudgeons.
Yeah, I like him. I mean, I'm a curmudgeon, I think, sometimes. It's what happens when you get old.
I know you're not going to watch this. Reign of the Boy Bands, another boy band doc coming out in a few days on Paramount. Now, I'm going to tell you what your homework is.
Wait. Which boy bands? Are they doing boy bands from the past?
NSYNC, Backstreet. It's going to be other. I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm over the boy band thing, but maybe I'll watch it if nothing's on. But I got to finish the Diplomat. There's a lot going on.
Right.
Also, side note, I'm halfway through that book that I mentioned last week, All Fours. I had Darren text me. She said she loved it. I'm in. It's sexy. I was so anti. Remember I told you it's about like a woman with a midlife crisis?
Yes, but who wrote the book?
Miranda July.
Okay.
And I was not looking forward to this woman going on a road trip because boring. I don't want to hear about her stopping in all these random states and going to a coffee shop. Thank God this character decides not to go on a road trip.
Oh, she changes her mind.
She doesn't tell her family. I don't know if I'm going to get
She
to the
stay and
point.
just go into another hotel?
She a half hour from her house for 2 weeks. Isn't that the best idea ever?
That's great. I hope she-
Staycation
yeah.
in a hotel
Without her family.
Without her family,
Perfect.
She
didn't have to get on a plane. Didn't have to go on in the car.
She like hires an interior decorator and like totally like makes this hotel room.
Wow.
Like her.
That's the unrealistic part.
Yes, I'll tell you why this is unrealistic. Because Mama Marni here lived in a hotel for 7 months while filming a TV show
And
in
never
Madison,
occurred
Wisconsin.
to you to even. What
No.
did you buy? A blanket? Nothing.
Nothing. I don't even know why I didn't buy another blanket. I will never forget this. I bought red Solo cups, and I would have cereal out of the Solo cup
Right, with-
every.
I remember-
effing
I
day.
remember you
didn't have
telling me-
I didn't
yeah.
have a bowl. I don't know how I was living. Like what? I went downstairs every day for happy hour. I ate like the little food that they gave out of the bar. Like what a time to be alive living in a hotel. So I'm really getting a kick out of this book. I'm really enjoying it. All Fours. And it's wild for me to not be doing an audiobook and to actually be physically reading a book. Now, remember, I don't like carrying a real book anywhere.
Right.
So I'm taking the time. I'm sitting down on a couch and I'm reading. Like I'm getting phone calls and Lindsay's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm reading.
A lost art.
Seriously.
Reading.
This is your homework, Mom. Bad Sisters season 2 is going to drop. I'm begging you. I think you're going to like it.
I know.
What is the? Come
nothing.
on.
What's it on again? Apple. Is it on
Mom,
Apple?
it's on Apple. Please watch Bad Sisters this
try.
weekend. Please. It comes out on the 13th. You've got a few days, okay? And then there is John Hamm. There's a new show coming out with him called Landman.
Landman, Land, Landman. And that's on
Paramount.
Paramount.
I feel like this is another Yellowstone, but it's Landman. I don't know. Yeah. I think Billy Bob Thornton's in it too.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
Paramount? I think it was also on, did I see it on Hulu? I saw like a little something on Hulu, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Landman.
Landman.
It's I said Yellowstone because it's
what?
literally looks like Yellowstone. It's created by Taylor Sheridan, who did Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Look at the poster.
There you go.
It's literally
Texas or Oklahoma.
It's Demi Moore.
No, but
John Hamm. I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
A modern day tale of fortune seeking in the world of West Texas oil rigs.
How could I tell with a glance? I knew it was either Texas.
Well, I don't know because it's countrymen.
John Hamm Landman.
Look at John Hamm.
Let me
He's
see
so cute.
Let me see.
Felicia's watching the trailer without any sound. It was a vision of John Hamm, which is handsome men in this. I'm going to try it. Because I never did Yellowstone. We watched six episodes and just stopped watching it. I don't know why. There's too much going on. So, whew.
That was a lot.
We did it every week. I don't think we're going to have anything to talk about.
Apparently, Marni always has a lot to talk about.
Casey, make sure you take a picture of us. Because, Mom, I need more pictures of us when I was a child. I know you must have them. And don't tell me you threw everything away.
No. I have them in like an envelope, a big envelope.
That's what I need to see.
I have. Okay, then I'll remind
Guess
you.
what?
What?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, perfect.
All right. We love you guys. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Mwah. Love us, moms.
Love.
Bye.
Bye.
My Felicia, bye, Felicia.